inhabit this harbour. Do not swim. Oh, well, that's encouraging. Oh my gosh, let's stay here. And we are ready for this morning's punishment. Whilst anchored in Sid Harbour, I made the family trudge up the hill for a better view of the Whitsundays. Dugong Beach. Go slow for those below. Don't know how they last here with all the sharks about. Why is it that the fast dinghies and stuff will only can kill turtles and dugongs, but we can't seem to wipe out a shark?
1, 2, 3. Because you're smart enough.
Well, we had an interesting situation last night. We anchored in Sid Harbour and there's a good 40 boats all anchored in here seeking shelter. About midnight last night I heard a rather distressed call on the radio on channel 16, and it was this young lady who was trying to get some help. I was lying in bed sort of half pie listening, but eventually I heard her put through a Mayday call and just express that they had hit another boat and they were dragging and she didn't know what to do. So I got up and started communicating with her via VHF, and eventually Dave popped up and we got her position. They were also in Sid Harbour, and we just went and helped them out with their anchor.
So the anchor chain was stuck and the anchor was down. We had no idea how much chain was out, and the windlass, which is the winch that's used to pull up the chain, had stopped working. And so the first thing we had to work out was why the windlass had stopped working. We obviously made sure that they were in deep enough water and that the boat was safe, etc. And fortunately the boat had a good manual on board, and we were able to find the breaker, or the circuit breaker for the windlass, really easily. We reset that so then we could get the anchor chain up and down and do what we needed to do.
But while we were gone, Zeffie ended up on the radio as well, relaying information between Abbott Point and that boat.
Well, they couldn't hear each other because the radio signals were so bad. VTS were asking them questions and they were answering, but they couldn't understand what they were saying. So I ended up relaying all the information.
Yeah, they were certainly very appreciative. But anyway, we got back at just before 1, and they hopefully had a restful night in the end. But no real damage, just a little bit of scuffing down the side of the charter boat. But hopefully the other boat that they hit is all fine. We did check on them and everyone seemed okay and happy. But just what really interested me about the whole situation was there's a good 40 boats in this bay, and we were the only one that responded. And it makes me wonder, like, does nobody have their radios on at night? Like, it was just amazing to me that we were the only ones that responded or offered any assistance. But I mean, that's just the way it goes. As long as somebody does, that's all that really matters. Now we're on South Mole Island, where there is an abandoned resort. I think the resort's from the 70s or something similar. And we're stretching our legs, checking out another walk. With Cat Nirvana, we moved to Langford Island, where we discovered 2 more submerged sculptures and celebrated a birthday, while the boys compared notes about their 3D printed boat competition. His birthday platter!
Okay, great.
Tasty nibbles instead of dinner.
I'm happy with that.
Is this getting quite serious, Lyndon?
Yes.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, it was pretty serious on our boat.
Was it?
Yeah, it has been.
Parts are coming out of the printer now.
Yeah.
I've got 20 hours of printing.
It's too beautiful, Zeffie.
Have you got
You're very clever with your writing.
Thank you.
Very pardon?
Have you got any other parts organised, like receivers and stuff like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just need to pop into a model shop and get a transmitter. I have a receiver, I just need to get a transmitter.
Are we allowed to purchase new parts, or is this...
Oh, absolutely.
I guess so.
I'll be mail ordering in from the States.
I can't believe that moth has found a home in your coriander reef. Look how healthy those plants are.
And look how strong that plant is. Actually, that
We've got
moss
some
is like,
sprouts going, a strawberries,
I can see leaves holding on to
doing
different
okay.
branches.
and the tomato plants just needed to be replanted yesterday, so hopefully they can come away again. They're looking a bit sad at the moment, but
What should we name that moss?
what should we name it?
Yeah. What's it going to stay?
Dusty.
No, you should name it coriander.
That's a very good name. Well done. Okay, so Dave and Reef for school. They're doing a bit of artwork with some vegetables. And they're going to make tupuanuku. And that is this star in the Matariki cluster that represents or connects us all to foods that grow in the earth. So we're going to try and make tupuanuku, aren't we, Reef?
Soon we were back in Ely Beach to celebrate Anea from Argo's 12th birthday.
These are our last views of Ely Beach. We've just had to wave goodbye to friends, which is always really sad, but we're just hoping that we're going to be standing in front of them again sometime, hopefully in the next few weeks. But look, it's time for us to leave Ely Beach. We've had a good month in the Whitsunday area. The weather's been marginal at times, but you know, we have had some pretty stunning days as well, so we've got to be grateful for that. We're still hopeful we're going to see a crocodile at some stage. We ticked the whale box here in the Whitsundays, so we were super excited about that. Well, we started out this morning with a plan to just do 2 days to Townsville, but as it turns out, and with a bit of chatting, we've decided not to do that. So we're going to stop at Gloucester Resort tonight and forget about Shark Bay that we were going to stop at on the way, which is about half the distance between Ely Beach and Magnetic Island, where we're aiming for. The change of plans came about because of quite a bit of current against us, so we're just not going to make Shark Bay in time, which is about 70 odd miles from Ely Beach.
After lunch in Gloucester, we changed our minds again and moved the short distance to Bowen. There we explored for the remainder of the afternoon, noting the changes in landscape from further south. Now the coast looked rocky and rugged.
So we've eaten out twice today, haven't we, people?
Yeah, we have. Sure
It's a
have.
bit unfortunate.
Oh, it's terrible.
In the next few days, we joined a flotilla of boats anchored at Horsehoe Bay, Magnetic Island, where we enjoyed the many walks about the island. So this is Radical Bay. We've just walked across from Horseshoe. It was pretty steep. I mean, it's just stunning. This Magnetic Island is very rocky, full of boulders. Uniquely magnetic island. On the butterfly walk, so far all we've found is a chrysalis. But that's alright, we will not be deterred. As we've been reading the signs and it says be quiet. Let them rest. They're in diapause, so they are resting before they have to continue their journeys, find a mate. Well, so far no butterflies. Lots of mosquitoes. No butterflies. Still looking. Look at that.
We're going to do the Forts walk today because we've been told there are some koalas on the trail, and so we hope to go and see them.
Tucker time. These are the kitchens, and we've just passed the female latrines in ablutions block where they talked about, no doubt, how the ladies were missing their lipstick, and there was no doubt excitable chatter after an evening spent with all the US Army men. I can't believe that they could actually write that kind of thing these days, but oh well, I guess it's typical of the era. Anyway, we have seen a couple of koalas so far, which is pretty exciting. And oh my goodness, is that the fort? I think we're going to head up there.
Oh, smart. I wouldn't want to climb.
Oh my goodness.
That looks like a target.
We've made it to the gun emplacement. God, can you fathom actually carrying the shells up here? I mean, that's heavy work, right?
Yeah, I reckon, especially because it'll be hot here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What are the views like, Grief?
Bushy.
Let me out.
How daunting would that have been to see enemy warships arriving on the horizon?
Daunting.
Daunting, yes. Cheeky devil. The tedious job begins.
It does.
We've got the rods in the sides, haven't we?
Yep.
That's all good.
Yeah, rod's in.
And you've got the other trampoline underneath here so we don't fall through.
Yeah.
And what's the next job?
Just line it up. So I just put a few lashings in the corners to get it straight.
Yes?
And then just start going all the way around, cutting all the old lashings out, putting new ones in and do them as you go so that we've still got something to stand on.
So how long do you think the job will be?
I don't think it'll take long because I've got all the lashings prepared, so maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. After a quick round of boat jobs, we moved to Breakwater Marina in Townsville for a short stay. So it's a different kind of adventure today. We're off to Southport. So we're going to go to Townsville Airport, catch a plane and spend just the night down in Southport just for a teeth appointment, and then we'll come back again. So it's kind of nice to be doing something different. We were soon back to Brave and off to scuba underwater sculptures on John Brewer Reef. Then we visit some incredible islands on our way to Cairns. All that next time on Brave Sailing.